This is the meta. This is not the meta. Have you seen the new drama in the Hoi4 community? If you haven't, you probably have a job. But I will explain it quickly so you know. FeedbackGaming, allegedly, was accused of botting viewers by the YouTuber Hansen. Botting viewers on YouTube. And then FeedbackGaming, allegedly, threatened to sue Hansen. Now I can already tell you're thinking to yourself, 9 ducats, why should I care about this? Who cares about FeedbackGaming? He's boring and I stopped watching his videos years ago. You are correct. But I did promise last year on X, the Everything app, that I would make a video about FeedbackGaming. I don't like FeedbackGaming, and you will know why by the end of this video. Also, I just want to add this disclaimer. This is stuff I found online and is my own opinion. In no way am I accusing FeedbackGaming of legal wrongdoing. This video is for entertainment purposes only. FeedbackGaming lies constantly. When accused of view-botting, he mentions in his community post response to the drama that he used the promote feature on YouTube to essentially turn his videos into ads. He says that he did this to make a YouTube video on his alternate channel called I Spent $1,000 on YouTube Ads. He says it was, quote, as an experiment to see whether it was worthwhile and which demographics gave the best results. If you have made any videos ever on the internet, you can immediately tell that this is a bold-faced lie. But for the unaware, the employee, online social media algorithms themselves are already built to find the optimal demographic for your posts. As a creator, there is no reason for you to turn your videos into ads. There is no incentive. If there was an incentive, you would see Mr. Beast talking about it on every podcast and he would be doing it himself. And he is the biggest YouTuber who has the most efficient videos in terms of getting views. He was also accused of having low comment count for the views he was getting, which I would say is true. His comment count is absurdly low, but he does address this, saying that he bought ads targeted towards non-English speaking demographics. Here's the thing, he's a YouTuber, right? So he knows that the people you want watching your videos are English speaking American viewers, because Americans are the most likely to buy products from ads. Hence, YouTubers get the most money targeting videos towards them. But also, the majority of Western Europe speaks English fluently as a second language, especially Hoi4 players. So targeting non-English speakers when you're a Hoi4 YouTuber is very counterintuitive. I'm mentioning Western Europe too because it's also a rich area where people buy products from ads, basically where you want to target. Also, the video he claims he was making was literally out of character for him to do, because his second channel is dedicated to gaming and gaming related news and not content creation tactics. He did make news related videos before, but that was years ago. So either FeedbackGaming is a fool and doesn't know basic content creation principles, or he's lying and trying to fool the audience, which is a very spiritually Israeli thing to be doing. Another spiritually Israeli type activity is the use of AI in content creation. FeedbackGaming is seemingly addicted to AI for some reason. He got heat for this a few months ago, evidenced by this response he gave on our YouTube post he made, but then deleted later. And Hansen did accuse him of using AI to manufacture a legal letter, but then FeedbackGaming denies that happened. More specifically, he denies that the letter is made by AI. There is reason to doubt this, however, because of the heat mentioned previously. He denies using AI. I don't use AI in my videos, he says. Yeah, he doesn't use AI in his videos, to my knowledge, but the accusation is not that. People were mad because he used it in his thumbnails, but he does address that by saying he used in-game assets to create the thumbnails. But curiously, he stopped using so-called in-game assets ever since. I'm going to display the thumbnails that some would view as AI generated. They do have the ugly piss filter that AI generated photos have, and they do look a bit strange in my opinion. Based on what I have seen and AI generated photos that I have witnessed, this looks to be AI generated in my opinion. You know what will convince people that you didn't bot your views? Threatening the accuser with a lawsuit. At least that's what FeedbackGaming thinks apparently. FeedbackGaming, holy fuck, that's such a mouthful. I'm just gonna call him Dave. According to Hansens' video and also ISOR Productions timeline post, Dave, or an unknown YouTuber that is most likely Dave, manufactured a fake legal letter and sent it to Hansen with the intention to threaten him into silence. If you're an outsider like me and you are, looking at this situation, it's easy to assume that Dave is is scared of this information finding people who watch him because he's having trouble getting views. Here's the thing though. Dave could have easily debunked this whole claim easily with a single screenshot of a Google AdSense or YouTube promote receipts showing that he promoted his video through the promote feature. But he didn't. The course he took was threatening Hansen with a lawsuit. Also, on an unrelated note, Zionists use legal threats to silence protesters. So Dave gets another point for being spiritually Israeli. Dave, allegedly, made an implicit threat to Hansen, iSor Productions, and other YouTubers who commented on the situation. The threat he made was that he would interfere with the relationship these YouTubers have with Paradox Interactive, essentially trying to blacklist these YouTubers from Paradox sponsorships. In his community post, he says that he never said that he threatened creators with this, but only that he informed them that Paradox doesn't like creators having drama between them. You know when you're selling or buying something online and someone lowballs you and you want to beat their ass for their stupid offer? You don't immediately say, "Come to this location, I will fuck you up." Instead, you say, either you take this price or we can go get a coffee. In this context, "we can go get coffee" means that you want to beat their ass because that's what's implied. Dave says that Paradox is aware of the drama, but they don't like it. Why would he even mention this? Is it because he's concerned about the health of the relationship these creators have with Paradox? Or is it used as an implicit threat to say, "I will push Paradox to drop you if you don't retract your video or comment"? I'm not saying he did anything, obviously. I'm a neutral actor who is a neutral guy who loves neutrality. I'm just giving you what someone might be thinking when seeing this. But iSor Productions does say that a mysterious YouTuber threatened to disrupt the business relationship he has with Paradox if he supported Hansens' claim or video. Another unrelated note. Israeli or Zionist affiliated entities and people love to threaten the business relations, income, and employment of their opposition. So another point for being spiritually Israeli for Dave. Dave did not dox Hansen. This is actually true. He didn't. He even says it in his response post, and I do agree with him. Doxing is making private information public, as he says. What he could be accused of is cyber stalking, because he found Hansen's address with the intention of mailing him a letter. The legal letter that I mentioned before. Also, I found this random guy on Twitter who claims that Feedback Gaming tried to dox him because this guy found out that Feedback Gaming's girlfriend uses an OnlyFans agency for her content. Don't take this information at face value at all. This guy is just somebody I found on Twitter, okay? If you want to know more, just go to this @ on Twitter and you will be able to find more information about this specific situation. And you can draw your own conclusions. Okay, so why would I even make a video like this? What made me so hostile towards Feedback Gaming? You know how sometimes you're playing a game by yourself and just want some noise in the background? Well, one day I decided to open up a new Hoi 4 save and start playing with a Feedback Gaming video in the background. For context, this was well into the, and suddenly out of nowhere, I hear him say, "Palestine's been annexed like real life." Now the cynical commenter will be typing out some dumb shit like, "So what?" He said that it was probably just a joke. And yes, it was, but my question is, where is the humor? What's so funny? I don't hear him making jokes about the victims of Nazis. Look, I'm not trying to moral police anyone here. What I'm saying is that in my opinion, and many others who watch this video, I don't find jokes about dead children or their erasure from their homeland very funny. And the type of person who would make those jokes, who would make light of it, is the exact type of person who would threaten his colleagues and then lie about it. Or at least that's just my opinion. There are many YouTubers who are good people and who also don't try to cyberstalk and threaten their colleagues. I don't know the guy, but Segel is an amazing Hoituber when it comes to tutorials. For gameplay, I would definitely recommend Bittersteel, iSor Productions, and alextherambler. And if you want a true hater of the Zionist entity, then you're already in the right place. Also, I know you enjoyed this video, so leave a like, subscribe, and bye.